What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one, and I just watched a movie called Dune Part 2, starring Timothy Chalamet. I'm hoping that's right. You know how this goes. Zendaya or Daya, whatever, and Austin Butler, the name that I know I got right. First of all, I think you guys saw this coming a while back. All right, I gave a little bit of hint. Maybe it wasn't a strong hint, but it was there. It was there, man, and the name kept coming up. So now I have to do it. Whatever happened to Dakota Fanning, the other Dakota? All right. Now, yes, as soon as I asked this question off camera a little while back, something came up. All right, it was some movie she's coming out with called The Watchers. Well, she's not coming out with it. She's in it. You know, it's a Shamalama, whatever his name is, special. Okay, so we don't know what we're gonna get out of that. But between all that, what happened? There was a long gap period between the last time I saw her do anything of importance up until now. And so now we must discuss what's going on with that. 2003, Uptown Girls came out. Now, yeah, I watched this. I worked at Hollywood Videos, and so this was being premiered on the TV screens and whatnot while I was working there. And so I had to take a look, well, without my willing or warn to want to see it, really, because this was on the screen every day that I went to work. So you start watching it, actually watching it, paying attention to it, and she was a good actress for her age. Very smart, very smart. Got the lines down, nailed it. She always had this mature attitude about herself, which could be scary and a little annoying at the same time, but she made it work for that movie. There was some movies she did before that, but it wasn't as big as this one, okay? Then later on down the line, the same year, Cat in the Hat came out. Now, this was enjoyable. This was a hilarious movie, surprisingly, because it's a kid's movie, and I was very much an adult when this came out. But this also was on the big TV screens at work while I was at Hollywood Videos working. And so I actually enjoyed myself watching that. And she was the smarter kid out of the two. Not surprising. Okay, and she did such a good job. Her acting was better than a lot of the adults in that movie, sadly. She was so mature. The way she carried herself within the film, you just knew that she was ready. She was ready for this. She was made for this. Okay, good movie, by the way. Actually, I actually like that a little better than the Dr. Seuss, Mr. Grinch, whatever, the Grinch Who Stole Christmas movie with Jim Carrey. I had no interest in that. Yeah, unpopular opinion. I have no interest in that movie. Hate me if you want to, but I'm still gonna watch it down the line somewhere later on. Okay, but just not now. Then in 2009 or 3 or 4, Man on Fire came out. Now this is where it gets good. This is where it gets really good, because this Denzel Washington movie was a good action movie, let alone starring her in the movie. And he's taking care of her, he's her guardian, and you know, her parents are of some importance, highly important in the movie. It's the reason that he's being chased everywhere he goes, because he has her in his possession. Okay, and it's just a good, heart-pumping action movie. All right, and she did a great job in that. She was very mature in that role too. She never comes off as unprepared for the role. Never. Never. That's the impressive part about her as an actress. Okay, well, especially as a kid. And in 2009, Push came out, the low budget X-Men. Okay, there's a bunch of people who could move things and by pushing or whatever, this kind of push power or something that's going on with that. People who control people's minds. She in particular, she could see the future. And I think she was supposed to be older than what she looked or something like that. I hope that better be the case, because they had her drinking in there and she's definitely not an adult. Okay, so yeah, that was strange, but at the same time, she played that part so well that it was highly convincing that she could have been an adult trapped in a kid's body in that film. Okay, then in 2010, Runaways came out. Now, this is the movie about the group before the breakout stars came to be something, with Joan Jett and if I'm saying her name wrong, sorry, but I just can't think of it right now, but I think it's Joan Jett. And other groups spurred from that group to the original. That was the original process right there. Okay, and she did a good job in that movie as a young adult. Not an adult, but just a young adult doing her thing. You get to see her in action. You get to see the transformation from child to grown, almost. Okay, and it was interesting to watch. Movie, not super great, but you know, I watched it. It was okay. Then in 2000, all the way to 2019. Yeah, there's a gap in between that, right? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out. Now, oh, do I love her character in this one. This character screams, I'm about to be 30. Look what I'm doing now. Look what I'm doing now. I am no longer Miss Cutesy Pants in those other movies and stuff that was just making everybody go, oh, nah. This is different. This is different. It's a whole other level. Her role in this movie was she sat on the couch and Brad Pitt wanted to come in and ask where the old man was at, and she said she did something to him to make him keep falling asleep over and over. She gave him something good. All right. And I just, hearing that come out of her mouth, I don't think I was ready. I don't think I was ready for her to say that. And at that moment, I knew that she was no longer that other Dakota Fanning that we used to know. Not at all. Okay. She graduated. She pretty much graduated. Okay. And I loved it. I loved that role and that movie, let alone. All right. 2020, last but not least, Vienna and the Fathoms came out. Not so great of a movie compared to the other stuff she's done in the past, but it was different for her. It was different. I mean, it was a different kind of tone set to the film than she's, I guess, used to. I can say that much. And then she just kind of faded out after a while for me. She just kind of faded out. And it hasn't been that long since 2020, but it seems long. It seems long. And the stuff she's done in between all that, it just didn't grab my interest. And so I guess my question is this. With this new movie, Watchers, coming out, is this going to bring her back to the forefront? Is this going to make us be like, man, now I want to see another movie with her in it? She's back. She's returned. She's returned and she's here to stay, and she's making good films. And she ain't stopping. Is this going to make us say that? Shyamalan, man, you gotta come with it. She's got to come with it too, but I know she's got it. Do you got it, Shyamalan? Are you going to make this happen? Because we're all riding on you. Not like that, okay? We're all depending on you to make this turn out to a point where we want to see her in other movies, okay? I'm not going to hold my breath, man. Shyamalan. But anyways, let's get to the review. Dune 2. For those that don't know, for those who are not aware, well, of course, it's starting off from part 1. Okay. They're out of the little, scenery they were in over there, headed to the desert to get with the Fremen, to meet the Fremen, to team up with the Fremen, see what they can do to go against the conspirators, or whatever they're supposed to be called. Okay. The people who, I guess the non-believers who didn't believe, or something like that. The people who killed their family, who murdered their entire family, almost. And it's just him and his mother left. Those people. Okay. And so they get with the Fremen, and, he finds this girl that he takes liking to, played by Zendaya. And, he has some trials and tribulations he goes through, because on one side, there's the believers who believe in him as the next Messiah, almost kind of like he's the one. He's the one and only. Then on the other side, they don't believe in all that. That's the Fremen. They don't, the blue-eyed ones, not the Fremen. That's the other side. Okay, they don't believe in all that. Zendaya and her little gang of smart asses. They're very much some smart asses. Okay, I don't like it. But anyways, so he has a lot to go through with that, and let alone just trying to figure out how is this going to turn out. Or we have to defeat these people. We have to take these people down. The older brother and the younger brother. They have to go now. They got to go. Are they going to defeat these people? Are they going to bring them down? You already know what's going to happen. You saw the original one. All right. But that's the premise of the movie. All right. Positives. This had a star-studded cast easily, and then the last one did, but I think this is even more. Okay, this is more people. Christopher Walken. There's Poe. I can't say her name. Florence Pugh is in there. Puh is in the movie, and I was surprised to see her. She wasn't even in the trailer. I don't think they didn't even mention her being in the movie at all, but she's in there. Bautista's in the movie, of course. The guy who played Elvis, Austin Butler, whatever his name was, he's in the movie. Okay? There's more people. There's a lot of people in this movie that just pop up out of nowhere. Okay, I'm surprised that, Lil Wayne was in the movie or something like that. I don't know. Something crazy could have popped up. I don't know. It was that crazy with the features and all the unexpected actors and actresses that just came out of nowhere in this film. Christopher Walken? Come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing? I had no idea he was going to be in the movie. Another positive. The visuals were elite. They were top tier visuals. Every scene was beautiful to look at. It just the cinematography was on point. If you can see it for yourself, I will be showing clips of how the scenes looked. It was beautiful. A lot of movies that came out before this that were not remakes, that were not something that could have been straight to video or straight to, HBO Max, did not look like this. Okay, so you could tell, thank goodness, a lot of money was put into this movie. And it was worth it. It was worth just the look alone. It's like I wanted to be there in that dangerous ass desert. It's just the way it looked. Okay, it called out to me, and I appreciate that. It didn't just half-ass the visuals that I need to watch this movie. I need to see something. Give me something, and they gave me something. Okay, so it was remarkable. It was something good to look. It was great to look at that. Every scene didn't disappoint at all, man. It reminded me of the old school sci-fi from the 90s and how it was just so epic to watch it. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this movie. I finally get to see this movie. This is the one. This is the movie of the year. It had the movie of the year look to it. Even though it might not be, possibly, but it had the look, okay? Another positive. This had edge of your seat action. I was literally on the edge of my seat. I was up. I mean, I drink a lot of soda at the movies, so I mean, I had no choice but to be up. But it's a 2-hour movie too, so it had to fill up that 2 hours, and the action definitely made clear of that. Okay, the action made sure of that. I'm sorry, it made sure that you stay up, because every moment, almost every other moment, something was going on. Someone was getting sneak attacked, and they were like sand ninjas in that desert. They were like sand ninjas sneaking up, and the moves and the choreography, the way they did it was crazy. The opposing team had no chance. They had no chance. Let me tell you this right now. And you could tell they had no chance. And not in a bad way either. Not like, oh man, this is too easy for them. No. They made this look they made kicking their asses look so cool. So on point in every scene. And there was a scene where there was like some magnet bombs. Like it was like a metal piece would fly off. They would shoot it off of their tank, and it would fly onto the other tank, and then it would just blow up. And I don't know why that looked so state of the art to me. Like, I've never seen something like that before. Like, this is straight out of a video game. That's how I felt. Like, damn, is this going on? Is this happening? This is kind of cool. You don't see stuff like this in Star Wars now. So I'm getting that vibe that this is really made better than some of the Star Wars recent stuff that really killed the franchise. Yeah, this actually should be some of the stuff they had in that movie. Okay, they should take notes. I can't believe I'm saying this. Star Wars should take notes from whoever made the remake of Dune 2 in particular. Okay, just gonna say that. Last positive. This had more of a serious tone than corny. All right, and I remember that from the original movie. It was very corny, very cheesy, extra weird. Some of the movie choices they made were so weird. So weird. And I know they had that whole talking thing in there where when the mother or the son got mad, they would speak in another voice that sounded like some kind of demon was coming out of them or something like that. But for some reason in the original, it sounded out of place. Like so bad. Like it made me laugh. It made me laugh. But the way they did it in the remake, no, I took that serious. I got a little scared when they talked. I was like, oh, well, damn. I mean, still they don't have to say it, like they don't have to talk in that voice to get somebody to do what they want. But I guess if it works, it works. But it just seemed like there was a little more intimidating in this remake than when you watch the original 80s whatever version of it. Okay, I'm just saying. I could respect this version of it a lot more. I took it seriously a lot more than the old one. All right, it's you know, it wasn't nothing to scoff at this time around, and that's a good thing. They needed that. They needed that. There's a good reason that they had to remake this movie. I feel that right now. Okay, honestly. Negatives. How did the Fremen take baths? Now, as I recall, they said that they couldn't touch the sacred water, but they're in a desert. They're in a desert. So that's the only water you have. You don't take baths. So while you're in the desert that entire time, you're highly musty. The Fremen are musty with blue eyes and blue corn. You know what I'm talking about. The rest of their eyes are blue too. It's very weird. But at the same time, they They smell bad, obviously, because they can't even drink that water. They have to drink their own tears or some stuff like that or whatever. It's weird. I don't understand that part. And maybe I don't want to think too hard about it, because I'm just glad that that's not a real thing, that the Fremen aren't real people or a real thing, because I know the Chosen One's nose had to be burning the entire time. His eyes were watering. I thought I saw his eyes water a little bit. You know, maybe he could have got something to drink finally. Another negative. Floyd Rather gloated way too much every time he fought. And it was a little scene that was celebrating his birthday. Let's talk about that. Where he was fighting all these people, and they're supposed to be all drugged, but somebody's not drugged. And somebody had set that up so I guess he could have a little bit of challenge, which I didn't mind that. I understood. Yeah, you need a challenge, bro. You need a challenge. What's wrong with that? Give him a challenge. But at the same time, every time he would defeat someone or slay someone, he would gloat and turn to the audience and have his arms out and turn his back to the other enemies numerous times. Why? Why would he do that? And then no one attacked. No one attacked him. I guess it would be cowardly, I guess. I don't know. But no, it's not realistic. Of course, it's not a life type movie. It's not a realistic movie. But at the same time, come on. You got to put a little bit of realism to it. As soon as he turned around, somebody should have hit him in his head or stabbed him in his back or something. Oh, you don't have to stab him in his back. Just get in front of him and then stab him. He's vulnerable. He's over there. Do you love me? He might have said that. Do you love me? Because he's not paying attention to his enemies anymore. Why was he doing that? They did on the last fight. The last fight scene, which is a great fight scene, by the way. He did the same thing. And no one attacked. I don't understand that. That was kind of stupid. Not gonna lie, that was stupid. It was dumb. Extremely dumb. A dumb choice for him to make. But he didn't suffer for it. Last negative. The odds on me drinking that special blue water that they needed to drink in order to find out if they are the chosen ones or the prophecy is real, they're slim for me taking that. I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't drink that water. They told them clearly that you could either die from this or you'll survive it and we'll know you're the one. Yeah. Well, I guess you won't know. I guess you won't know I'm the one then, right? I guess this is the end of the movie. Time for me to go home. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. That's insane. That's insane. Someone had convulsions. Another person passed out. Let's just put it like that. From drinking that special blue water that they had. And you don't even want to know how they got the blue water. Well, watch the movie. You probably know from the movie, or maybe they showed in the old one. I'm not sure, but it's not great. It's not great how they even got it. I'd rather drink the sacred water, and you can kill me for it or whatever. Okay, not a good look. But I've got to give this a hell yes. And I know people are going to be shocked. Why are you giving this a hell yes? Because I enjoyed this version better than the old one. I just didn't. The old one didn't rub me the right way. Not at all. I understand why they had to remake it. Now, part one of this remake, not that interesting as part two. Part two brought it on home, and I appreciate that. All right, press that like button, share. You better subscribe, man.